them because you are connected to what's going to come next in this conversation. You keep on checking on your device. When you go to those productive meetings, you're seated in a productive meeting, the brain is not concentrating on what you're discussing in the meeting. It's on the device that you have in your pocket. How long will this meeting take? How fast can I excuse myself to go and check what has been shared on social media? Now, social media has made and has broken so many people in terms of character and judgment. People profile you according to what you expose on your social media. Someone simply gets your phone number, and especially young people, they don't know it. In the recruitment firm, you sit your first interview the very first time you meet the person, not when you apply for the interview and you meet in a boardroom for questions. That's just formality. You begin sitting your first interview, the very first interaction you have with a potential employer. Now, by mere exchanging your phone number with me, and randomly I'm looking at my statuses and I'm seeing the kind of content you're posting on your status, will define which kind of person you are. Indirectly, it has already shaped my perception and judgment of who you are. If I go on your social media, let's say Facebook and Twitter, and what I'm finding there does not depict with the brand values or the kind of value of the person I want, it is very tricky for me to start relating with you in this perspective you've come. You're asking me to trust you. You're financial, a money lender, and you're asking me to, trust you with a certain investment so that we can do business together through investment. But 90% of the posts you put on your social media, the comments that come are, you are a fraud, you are a thief, you are a fraud, you are a thief. You understand? It has already profiled which kind of person I'm going to do business with. So the social media is very good if you're using it to better yourself. Social media is very dangerous into doing character spoiling. I'll finish this up with a highlight. One guy he was so good, but he applied for a job. He had a very good profile on LinkedIn, and so they were doing social media sourcing. After you've done an official interview, when they're doing the Interpol check to give you a job, they usually dig into your social media handles. They look out for people with your names, and if they find your picture there, we read through what you do, how you've lived your life, what are the controversial issues. The United States uses it so much when it's issuing visa. You'll ask for a visa for the US, they will go through your profile and see what are your opinions towards the United States. And all you find is, bomb America, Americans are bad and all that. And the next day you'll find, you've been denied a visa just because of the jokes you've cracked about the United States you've never been to. So this gentleman had a very nice LinkedIn page, but when they went to his private Facebook page, 99% of the call center problems that they had were complaints from him. Now they asked him, you want to work in this call center, but you are the top abusing person, calling us the biggest thieves in this economy, and here you want to work with us. You understand? Because you called us thieves. So even when you're raising your complaints to telecom companies like us, like MTN here, the nature in which you're going to raise your complaint through the social channels will also determine how tomorrow is going to be when you come in for a job. Because this guy was actually interviewing with us, and he was almost going through, but his reaction was he was a danger to the brand before he even joined the brand. You understand? So social media can be helpful, but it can also ruin you depending on how you use it.
Thank you, Nicholas. First of all, I didn't introduce myself. I'm Duncan Naigende. I am a customer support and project engineer for Ecotel Uganda. Ecotel Uganda is just like Liquid. They seem to be sisters. They started around the same time. It started as Africa Online and Offset Communications. It later on turned to Highway Africa, and now it is Eco Africa. But now I work for Eco Uganda. We are a solutions provider. We're also a service provider for internet. We give satellite internet, and we also give other technology solutions to customers. But back to the question, I wanted to start my discussion with these two statements. I guess you people always hear such statements. I sent my message and you did not respond. Do you regularly hear such statements from colleagues and relatives, friends and in-laws and so on? I sent my WhatsApp message and you did not reply. Literally, you are being reminded that you are a slave to the what? To the phone. Because if you say I sent and you did reply, it means that every time I send messages, you must reply. Irrespective of whether you are in, I'm sorry to use this word, the toilet, or you are sick, or you must respond. Now, my statement, I want this statement to summarize our discussion. Technology must not control the human mind. The human mind must control technology. That's why my colleague said that the children, after the study they made, the children from whom they took gadgets, their minds were found to have challenges. So even us that have children, we must train our children, including ourselves, to control technology. We are the ones that have made these phones, for God's sake. They shouldn't be our masters. They shouldn't. And I know of certain gentlemen, one of the gentlemen who was killed, Osama bin Laden, he was one of the very good electrical engineers. But the first thing, he distanced himself on Friday. Muslims, those of you that are Muslims here, starting from Thursday evening before he became a terrorist, the guy would distance himself from the phone right up to Monday. And yet his mind was one of the very good brains at making some of these gadgets. So for you, the students of information technology, computer science, and even us in the IT world, we must learn to control technology. When we control technology, where social media is coming from, we shall be controlling social media. Then I want to come to our friends, the ladies. Facebook started this thing. Someone would go to a nice place they like very much in Kampala or in Mbarara, and they say, I've been wanting to come to this place. The next thing you will see is this kind of thing. Then he goes to Facebook. We are here cheering at Mbarara. Now, for me, if I am like my colleague and I have ulterior motives to hack or to do something bad to you, I say, okay, this lady is right now at Mbarara, and she owns a hardware shop in Kihumuro. So what I am going to do is we can now go and say, we are coming from Mbarara right now. Your boss has told us, give us 70 bags of cement. Remember, we have hacked her WhatsApp. And we have sent a message. When those guys come, give them these many bags of cement. Literally, my bottom line is, social media is good as long as we, the humans, can control social media. We must not, and I repeat, we must not let a moment where social media controls us, where we wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. For those of us who are married, you've had a challenge with your wife or your husband, and instead of waking up to say, I am sorry, the first thing you touch is the what? He is going to tell you, please marry your phone. Anyway, I will not speak a lot of words. I hope I'm answering the question halfway. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is very insightful. So, I want to push this to the technical guys. Why is it so hard to switch off? Like the phones, the moment you have your phone, you're on TikTok, like you, okay, I'm going to have to say this in front of my supervisor. If I go to office, I normally get there by 7. So if I'm in office and the first thing I look at is my Instagram, I'll put up my head again to open the laptop when it's 9. And I don't know how time flies. You know, you're looking at your phone and before you know it, it's like 3, it's 3 hours. And you don't even know how you got there. So why is it so hard for us to put down our phones after we open this? And is it that they are designed to have us hooked, and how?
Okay. I don't know about our Monday morning meeting and how it will be. But I might have a change of heart. Hey, where's Honorable Speaker? Depending on how the night ends. I also have a very good friend and boss. He's from Chaps, he's here. He knows. So it's just those two people who will dictate how I end up in the weekend. Maybe I'll be happier on Monday and you will survive. But that is dangerous, surely. So imagine 2 productive hours dead. You know, we are most productive. I don't know about some of you. Some of you say you're night owls, eh? You give yourselves this excuse, I work better at night. Yeah? When everyone is sleeping is when I'm working. But for heaven's sake, you're being paid for your 9 to 5. So what happens at that time? You see that? The accountability you have to give is for the time that you've been at office by showing your deliverable. So Olivia, I don't know, but we will see. Anyway, she's just saying it was a joke. So why is it so hard to switch off? It's because, you know, technology is so fascinating. A habit is something that we just build, right? A habit, there's that routine or something, how a habit is formed until it becomes a culture, right? The idea comes up, then you talk about it, it becomes a bit controversial, then you start accepting it, and then it becomes something, a habit, is it a character, then a culture, that trend, yeah? Once you're addicted, it is very, very hard to get off, yeah? But I'm going to again go technological like she had requested. I think you meant to ask, how do we then detach? It is hard, we agree, right? Because of the addiction and all of that. But I would like to just share some of the ways through which you can practice that detachment, okay? First of all, I don't know, depending on how your cameras look like behind your phone, some functionalities may or may not be in your phones, but you can use sleep timers, okay? You can use DND, do not disturb. You can use, you can set your phone such that from a certain time, Olivia, you can set, even with your GPS, all the time. So for instance, when your phone connects to your office Wi-Fi, you then instruct it to convert itself to work mode, okay? So you can configure the work mode such that the only apps, for instance, when I configure work mode on my phone, I know that the only apps I'm going to be able to see are my email, okay? And my phone for dialing. You keep it as minimal as possible. Now the bigger trick is, will you be as disciplined to do that? That's on you. But that is one of the ways I could suggest. But on the flip side, from the technological point of view, you do what someone talked about earlier, when the big man with the big scissors chops off the internet, what happens? You can configure it on your firewall, or that's now being a bit mean, and someone might come for you for infringement of their rights to internet usage. But you can configure and blacklist, or you just take note of certain IP addresses, whitelisting, both white and blacklisting. Okay, I think it's whitelisting. So you know the sites that you need to give access to the team to, and those that shouldn't be accessed. Now, you guys know how Facebook is not quote-unquote accessible in Uganda. You can do something like that for your company, but whether or not they are able to do like Kyle and circumnavigate those controls is your prerogative. Yeah.
Hello. So why is social media so addictive? Why is it that you can't put down your phone? Well, the answer to that is simple. It's engagement. So throughout the creation of social media, right, we have redefined how it works. We have algorithms in social media that define you. Every time you look at a post like, the algorithm rewrites itself saying that you like this. So it encourages itself to look for similar things. For example, if you like drama, it will look for posts with drama, hashtag drama. It will keep bringing them up. It even goes as far as it even captures your demographics. It knows you like drama in Uganda. So it will look for any form of disaster or any form of drama or any form of post you like, and just keep what? Recycling. And it gets even more funny since AI is here. Now it even becomes even more refined, and sometimes it even creates its own drama. So some of these apps may even be feeding you false information, but because the story is what? Is so good, it has a certain narrative you want to listen to, it has a certain ending you expect, and the algorithm knows what you want, the AI tailors a story for you. And from 8, you find yourself on the phone till what? 5. Now, there's also another way it also does it, which is also psychological. So, who here knows what we call dopamine? Does anyone know what dopamine is? Yes, I'm seeing a few medical students here. So, dopamine is a chemical that's related to your neurons in your brain. They correlate to the pleasure centers. So, every time you see a link, those neurons light up. So, you enter a state of bliss. Every like, more neurons light up. Every blink, more neurons light up. You start to become addicted. It becomes like a drug. And from there, you start wasting your time. and you end up wasting a whole day just scrolling TikToks, watching AI slope, as we call it. Now, how do you actually deal with this? It's all about locking yourself out. It's all about cutting yourself out. TikTok and some of these social media apps actually have a timeout or screen out function whereby you can be like, after 2 hours, lock me out of the app. I understand fighting a habit is difficult, but sometimes it's what? It's important. Yeah, let me pass it on.
Thank you. I'll be honest, I've been guilty of this. When Arsenal plays, I will look for Arsenal stories on all social media platforms until I'm satisfied, and then I move on to other things. So I've been guilty of this. And I think one of the ways I've managed is I make it hard to access some platforms. So if you see one platform is taking away your time, make it hard for you to access it. Remove it. No, I mean literally, remove it. You do not need to be accessing. I think when we were talking here before, some of you were mentioning 7. What are you doing with 7 social media platforms on your phone? You know? So there are platforms you remove. And I talked about, I think they've talked about just removing yourself from it for a while. It's hard. Maybe you take 30 minutes. I think some people are so addicted, they get withdrawal. What do they call them? Symptoms. But just remove yourself from some of the apps. These platforms are built to, YouTube, the more you watch, the more someone else makes money. Like Mr. Bean is coming close to, Mr. Beast is coming close to a billionaire, or even more than a billionaire now, just because of the way we watch. So all these platforms are just built for that. We know they are. All of us do know they are. But it's about how we manage, like we've said. So some platforms, remove them from your phone. There are some that don't add any value to you. You remove those ones. Remain with the ones that add value. And if Arsenal comes, you give it a particular time. I know no Man U fan actually checks after they've played. But, but it's not fair. Yeah, but you remove yourself. You say, now for me, I can say, okay, in the evening when I'm heading back, I'm going to consume an Arsenal podcast. Okay, he's a Man U fan. He doesn't have the same experience. But, I can say that because now that is in my downtime. I'm moving, so I don't need to keep scrolling through. So all I'm saying is, if you're the master of your own time, you can start by giving it a time. Psychologically, I don't know this. I think there are psychology students here who can explain, but you give it a particular time where you're going to do this. Some of you are doing your studies and things, and you get a particular day where you need to study. And then on that day is when the best social media news comes up. You lose 3 hours. But if you've specified a time that I'll look at this time, or actually I heard someone say, when he talked about dopamine, he reminded me, if you're giving yourself that hit, that congratulatory message that you get, it's a case of, okay, if I concentrate for 2 hours on work, I'll reward myself with 30 minutes of Arsenal. You know, if you do it like that slowly, you can get yourself out of it. Because honestly, it's hard. You can't say you switch off just like that. Yeah, I think that's how I cope.
Thank you very much. I have a brother. When he was young, he loved movies so much. He used to go to Bibandas, you know, these translated movies, so much that it got so into him that he loved movies so much. So eventually when he grew up, he finished school, he started working even in a bank, but he was not satisfied because that was not his passion that groomed him. He grew up watching movies. So what he did, he said, how best can I make money through the passion that I love? So this guy started doing, you know, movie shows and, you know, running movie shows and he started earning from them. Now he's flying countries, he's going to different places as a movie director, as an organizational manager into the movie industry. Use social media as much as you can, provided it's making you money. Don't use social media to waste time. Use social media to make money. TikTok has made it simple. So many content creators that have even quit their jobs to become content creators, and they're earning from TikTok. There are people who are earning money from YouTube. There are people who are earning money from content. How you use, like we said, from the very beginning, our basis was technology is here to stay. Technology is something we must use. How you use it is in your brain. If you're going to use social media and you're intending to spend that much time on it, make sure at least you're benefiting from it in 2 ways. Either you're learning from it or you're earning from it. If you use it in those 2 ways, fine, use your social media. But spending 2 hours or 3 hours watching ladies doing challenges and dancing, and then you sign out, and then that's when you return to do Jerome's work 2 hours later. Or maybe you are looking at a makeup artist. You're not going to become a makeup artist yourself, but because you're addicted to makeups and fashion and clothes, then 3 hours later, that's when you pay attention to Jerome's project. That's a cost. But look, you've spent only 20 minutes learning how to do makeup. Then you go home and practice how to do makeup from these tutorials, and now you're earning from making up. So you've not wasted your time on social media. You're going to earn from social media. So make sure when you use your social media, learn from it or earn from it. As simple as that. Thank you.
Thank you. I think our speaker asked the question after me answering it before she could even ask. Because you remember me saying we must not let technology. I'm not even restricting myself to only social media. We are going as far as technology. Let's take a very good example. Do we sleep with our vehicles in our houses? No. But you and me know, those of us that have cars, you know how much we love our cars, especially men. He could kill you for his car. But we leave them sometimes even parked in the mist, and we enter our houses. These machines cost less than the cars. So if it is practically not possible for us to sleep with the cars in the bedroom and the blankets, why don't these phones also be like those cars? Because after all, they're just our technological gadgets. The bottom line is control. I happen to be a small-time lecturer in a university, but this is the experience I had. We have lectures that are online and those that are physical. So I started the first 4 lectures online, then came for a physical lecture. The next time I told the students it's going to be online, they say, "Sir, can't it be physical?" Why do you think they did that? The truth is, human nature is in such a way that at an emotional level, we need physical contact. We need feedback, that is visible to us. We love these things, but we need visible feedback. That's why companies are saying, please come into this draw, and you qualify to go and watch Arsenal play live in the Emirates. Why don't you say, no, me, I have my smartphone, I have my YouTube, I have my streaming apps, I will watch online. No, you still want to go and physically do what? Watch the game. Meaning that even if technology has come, the natural physical touch and emotional touch of us human beings is natural. So then let's take advantage of that, the natural bit, and then be able to control. the technology. My colleague that supports Arsenal, there's a time I went to the village to attend a very heated land wrangle, but that's the same day that Arsenal was playing Man City. The time that Arsenal beat Man City 5-1. Now, we had never beaten Man City in, I think, about 4 or 5 years back. Now, as we are in the midst of the discussion, the clan members wanted me to say something. Then a guy sent a message, said, do you know we are 3 up? So then I said, I will submit later on. So I first said, I want to find out who scored the goals. I'm telling you the truth. I want to find out who scored the goals. Now, this I learned from that time on, that I must not let technology control me. Even if I'm an IT personnel, I must control technology. This thing is something that was about my life. My father's, what do you call it? He gave me from his will, and they're taking it away. But I'm here wasting time on an Arsenal just because I have access to social media. Then another thing, there's a time you get to work, and some of us have installed WhatsApp on the what? On the computers. But remember, by the way, WhatsApp is also used for work. Sometimes your boss will be so busy and just says, please attend to this and give me feedback. The man was not able to call you. Now, as you switch on to see whether you can get any messages, you see the boss's thing popping in. Please attend to this and let me know. But just after that, another guy pops in and says, man, I'm in town. How is Friday? Now, you first say, let me put this guy of Friday out of the way. Then I do the boss's what? The boss's work. You may end up taking 2 hours with that friend of yours instead of attending to the boss's work. So for me, what I do, I don't know whether it's old-fashioned or not. Every time I'm getting out of my desk, I temporarily uninstall or lock the WhatsApp so that I only switch it on when I want to use it. The same applies to the YouTubes of this world. Even if I find the Arsenal replays and so on and so forth, I am so disciplined to go and first attend to what I want. Now, this goes to my students, the ones that are saying that we can't do without what? Without AI. Like my colleague said, if you do not use your brains to deal with AI, then AI is going to take away your job. Or your brains finally it will take away your brains. We must have the capacity to think. There's one of my former students I was discussing with here. When you're asking AI or Google the questions, you frame the question and the search engine will know that this guy needs this serious content. Those of us who are doing research, if you're typing for a certain journal, it will give you journals that rhyme with how you framed the sentence. Don't just saying, who is Mwesigwa? My friend. It is going to get Mwesigwa Rukutana, Mwesigwa who, even including Bobby Wine if he's called Mwesigwa. So you need to control technology. I think I'm just summarizing this. About the social media, let's just control technology. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you very much. Now, let me put this directly. What risks come from linking social media accounts to other services like online shopping, banking apps, or emails?
If I got the question well, what risks?
What risks come from linking social media accounts to other services like online shopping, banking apps, or emails?
The answer is there. Cybersecurity risks. And actually, I think that's even one of the reasons we are here. Cybersecurity risks. I gave that example of somebody who is in Embraer Lodge enjoying. It's the boss. They hack her WhatsApp account, which she uses to communicate with her employees in the shop, and they take advantage of that, and they come and take away her money and something like that. So the thing is, some of the risks that are involved is, do we really need to, even if we have weak brains, do we really need to share the PIN number on WhatsApp? But people do. don't we? We do. You're informing your wife that you can withdraw the money, and then you tell her, you give her the PIN number on what? On WhatsApp. We always do that. So I think the risks are many, but for me, again, you want to get the solution, not the risks. The solution is awareness. Let's start from here. Those of us that are here, we should actually create awareness. Let's go to the issue of physical security in our homes. You remember the olden kind of security was just putting, those of us who are slightly older than 30 years, it was putting a fence, a tree fence around our compounds. And the society then just knew that that is a compound of Mr. Vyaruhanga. If I want to enter there, I mention from out. He says, it is me, Mugisha, I am coming. Now, when insecurity increased, we started now putting the barbed wires, isn't it? Now, the barbed wires were not enough. We started putting the gates on the barbed wires. That wasn't enough. We started putting the makeshift walls which were short. But you know, the demands of society continued doing what? Changing. Until a time when now we are now putting the dogs, the wall, the barbed wire, the camera, and the guns. You get the point? So if we can do that for our physical infrastructure, why don't we do it for the technological infrastructure, which, by the way, is getting us the what? The money. It is getting us the money. We are working, we are getting money through social media, so then we must also make adjustments. And one of them is awareness. I don't know if I've answered the question.
Okay, I'll also just add on something small. See, me, I'm a marketeer, and specifically on digital marketing. See, someone asked the question earlier and he responded to it using algorithms. There's what we call trending. It's a very common word we use in marketing. We call it trending. We trend someone, we profile you and trend you, and we start doing business with you indirectly through trending. So we see this person, the commonest things he has selected, such as his bags, clothes, dresses. We will always front. Now, even when we are creating our data this side, we put you among the categories of people who like fashion, and then we position fashion. So trending is a very common tool that is used to, to addict you to information that you see and you want to do shopping. I'll just be direct on this. Number one, do not use your mobile banking app or maybe your banking app for the bank on Wi-Fi networks that you don't trust. You just find a free network, and now here you are using the MTN app on a network that you don't trust because it is free Wi-Fi. They've said, oh, there's free Wi-Fi. I no longer have to buy bundles. And while you're using, you're connecting to networks that you don't trust. You can use your social media where you don't have sensitive stuff, but don't access your financial applications using Wi-Fi networks that you don't trust. That's one. Two, when you're accessing your mobile applications, right now in these devices we're developing, we're putting there history. I think it works on computers mostly, but it's also working on phones now. You don't need to enter your password in order to access certain financial applications, so you do password storage. Now, if you do the same on your social handles and you link them to your card, your paying card, your credit, your MasterCard or something with Visa cards, we keep linking this information, and then you're using a fingerprint to approve. Do you know that you can indirectly approve a payment on a social media to link to your bank card that you connected to your Google Store? And we start deducting money in the abstract that you don't know. By the time you get to your bank app, you find all the money has been taken by linking your payment channels to your social media applications. So do not access your banking apps, mobile money apps. Thirdly, have a separate account for making online payments and your personal savings accounts. Don't connect the two. Get another Visa account, separate it, that if I want to pay for my Google storage, if I want to pay for my online shopping, I will use this particular payment card that never has money. So that even if they hack to steal you from that account, they will find nothing. Only put money there when you're going to make an online payment. But if you're not going to make an online, don't put your salary account and savings account onto a payment portal onto your phone. One day you'll put a wrong zero and the 20 million will be going to Google, and those people, they never refund. You understand? They will never refund. So if they they will even tell you you've made a 5-year subscription for your Google storage, 20 million, and you can never refund, and then you're here. So don't mix the two. So we were having an indirect conversation with the whole of this team that we can put in place so many technology levels or security levels in technology. The number one weakness to hacking is one, human error, which is social engineering. It's simple as that. So many firewalls will be put in place, so many things. They would invent so many. Like he mentioned, we kept evolving and building fences around our houses. There's so much we are going to even do. Razor lights, you know, razor, it will catch with this. But listen to what? This guy will just have to hack your access code, a card that you place on the what? On the sensor. And he will go through all those security channels up to your bedroom by just using the similar name that you use. Just hacking your card. The same access you use to access it authentically is the same thing that the guy is going to use by just social engineering you, by stealing just your access card. So all errors to cybersecurity, social behaviors and all start by our behavior, by our brains, the decisions we make towards the online interactions.
Thank you. So one thing everyone has to do, first of all, is of all the social media accounts you have, do you have multi-factor authentication? On all, literally all. WhatsApp and all the 20 others that you spoke about. Do you have multi-factor authentication enabled? How many have on all their social media platforms? Good. He has actually told me what is multi-factor authentication. So, you know, we are, when we are signing into our apps or social media or everything else, we normally sign in using an email or username and a password, right? So those are some things that you know, you as you, those are things you know. And those things can be stolen by someone sharing a wrong link. For example, they've talked about connecting to a wrong Wi-Fi, and then he presents you with a fake Facebook, and you put your username and password. You know? That means something you know has been taken away. So we need to add something extra to that. Yes, I know username and password. What do I have? So I can add something I have, right? In order for you to, you can steal my username and password, but you need my phone. You need an OTP, or you need an approval. I think you've seen sometimes you sign in and it asks for approval. I have something extra that I need. So no matter what you've stolen, you need my phone. Or you need the OTP that's sent to. So you need my SIM card also. You get it? That makes it very hard, almost close to impossible for someone to hack into your account. The third thing that people do is something I am. So that's your biometric. You have to steal my finger, so, you know, in order to sign in. Or my iris. Is it iris or people? Iris, eh? So that is that's why it's called multi-factor. Apart from username and password, you need something that someone has or something that someone is. You know, so again I ask the question, do you have multi-factor authentication on all your social media platforms? If you don't, enable it. Enable it on your WhatsApp. Enable it on your Gmail, on your Facebook, on your 20 other platforms that you shared. You know, that is very, very key. Now, secondly, maybe the risk that I can look at is, you know, some of us live different lives online than the lives we live in person. And people have different reasons. You know, you could actually be living online as, maybe you have a small business online, but you don't want your friends to, they don't know that you're a millionaire. Huh? So the challenge in linking your actual, someone said yes. Is it Ugandan millions or US? So, you know, so for such a person, linking your social media to other platforms, meaning everyone can connect the dots. You get what I mean? Some people are publishing articles online in different accounts than who they are. You get it? And the reverse is true. So if you're such a person who wants to live separate lives in that sense, you do not want to link those accounts. But then again, there are benefits, right? You have 20 social, okay, they were about 7, I think. You have 7 social media platforms. Imagine if each has a separate username and password. You're going to start writing them down on sticky notes and even putting them on the fridge, huh? or under the table here. If you, if you have a fridge. So, you know, there is a challenge that comes in there. So how do we manage that? For example, if you have your Google account, you know, I don't like the idea of linking the social media for fun to anything important. But if I have my Gmail account, for example, that I use for business, I mean, by business, I mean it could be the student, or you have your online gigs, or a company, or whatever. But if you have that, and a company, you never allow an individual to post with their account, because if they leave, they will hold you at ransom. I hope we all do that. But as an individual, you don't want to do that. So you could have a separate Gmail account. All multi-factor authentication is enabled. You know that one password. And then you can link it to other platforms that are related to, that are important, not to everything. That means you don't get to walk around with a password in your wallet, because you need 7 passwords. Yeah, I think that's it.
Hello, everybody. So they've practically talked about a lot of the important ones, but I will talk about one that's a bit niche, but a lot of us seem to be falling for the same trap. So before we begin, how many of you have heard of a technology called Zero Oath? Ooh, I'm seeing a few computer science. Yeah. So zero authentication is a technology that basically uses a third-party site to sign you in to other what? To other services. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with it. It just makes you signing up for websites or stores or online banking stuff a lot easier. It also makes transactions a lot easier, since you don't need to keep inputting your credit card into different services. They can just get it from, say, Google. Now, the issue with that comes when you use it for a shady site, or let's say like you've read an article on X, and then the AI says, in order to finish this article, please sign in for this. You don't want to create an account, so you just go down and there's always that little line below the sign-in page. Use Google to sign in, and you click that. Now, that data is sold, and somebody makes money off of your information. And people can build profiles off of you, people can build algorithms off of you, and people can do practically anything they want off of you. So, my advice is, be a bit more careful for the services you've signed in. Some of you have signed in for services 7 years ago. You don't even remember. But they're still collecting your daily information of what you are doing. They know that you're at MUST, yet you're in Gayaza a couple years ago. So be a bit careful with whatever you sign in, because those sites, from a potentially safe site, you can sign into a site that's very risky, and they can use that as a trail to con you. So be careful with the services you sign into. Think twice. Or if you do need to sign into a service and you can't fight that addiction, some of these services are required by law to delete your data. So always look for that option so that you can delete yourself off of them, because having data in places you don't understand is a very, very risky thing. Do not take data in Mbu. I'm in Uganda, it won't happen to me. I'm where, it won't happen to me. But 20 years from now, you could be somebody serious. You could be head of IMF, and then somebody uses an image you used to sign into a certain website 12 and a half years ago to unite Uganda. So things happen.
Did you just say unite Uganda? I don't know what that means. I'm just going to sum up and summarize. I feel so terrible. How do we have 2 Arsenal fans on this panel, surely? That's why you'll always be number 2. Yeah? My guy, do you have any Champions League? You are 3. Yeah. Olivia, are you an Arsenal fan? She doesn't have a team. All right, so I'm just going to sum up. In a nutshell, so much English has been spoken here, so much cybersecurity jargon has been spoken here. What I would sum up as the risks, both from a technical, scholarly research point of view. 1, connecting your social media apps or linking them to your critical digital assets, those accounts of yours. 1 would expose you to data breaches, okay? In the afternoon, if time allows, we will show you whether or not you have been pawned. I think, Kyle, you'll do something like that. For the guys who will be in this room, even for the business side, we will show that. I know some guys are smiling here, they already know the drill. So we have tools that can show you whether or not your information is being traded out there. So that is possible because some social media sites are hacked, their data traded, and you don't know. If you're old as me or older, we used to have a social media called MySpace. Anyone know it? Yeah. So MySpace was hacked in 2006, and the data was traded massively. Until recently, people didn't know. You know how you opened your, I say 2006, some people were born in 2005, sorry. Yeah? Some of you are sweet 15, eh? Yes, so data breaches would be a very big risk or exposure that you would face. Phishing or malware, when you hear a link could be sent to you, or malware, we've talked about agents, we've talked about AI. Someone can literally engineer malware, malicious software. We have software engineers here, right? Someone can literally engineer malicious software that morphs around your behavior because they've learned about you through the social media, because you've connected those accounts, okay? When Kyle says that idea that sign up using your account, just after you've clicked that, they take your consent, which you most times don't read. They tell you, we shall use your profile picture, we shall use your full names, we shall use your gender, we shall use your age to help you have a good experience on this site that you're signing up on. I bet very many of us don't read that. So that's how linking your accounts could cause you trouble in terms of phishing and malware. Another is, of course, fraud. Fake accounts can be created to mimic yours. Even your identity can be stolen, and you can be used to withdraw money from your account. And it won't be you who actually did it, but someone who should be you. Privacy exposures, of course. Did you see the ex post where somebody was going about abusing their boss, and then the boss replied to them in the chats, in the comment section? It's terrible. How you behave on social media sometimes could affect you. You might go about teething about Arsenal, only to find that you're busy dissing Arsenal on social media, only to find that the person who posted it was Daniel. You say, you miss your opportunity at MTN. Please stop supporting Arsenal. Sorry. You should always be, you're saying number 7, but we are still one of the top most valuable clubs in the world. Anyway, another exposure, another risk is third-party vulnerabilities. What is a third party? If I want to withdraw money, let's say from my bank, and then there's what we call an aggregator, that then becomes a third party, yeah? In order for me to access money, maybe I need to go through a service by, let's say, Pegasus or Africa One. Some of you, when you pay for services at these Momo things, they say, okay, for you who do international transactions, they tell you that Africa, is it Africa One or whatever, has deducted this money from your account and paid. Those are third parties. So when you link your accounts, you could expose yourself to these third party risks. So that's what really I could summarize this discussion. I hope I've done it some justice. I know we have a plan to go into questions again, so that would be my submission.
Thank you very much for the submissions. So before we go into the question and answer session, let's slide a bit into AI. Recently, a friend of mine wanted to use my phone camera, and they told me, Olivia, is your gallery clean? I'm like, yeah, I'm very clean. Like, you can go through. It's very, very clean. So how is this kind of mentality dangerous in the AI-driven world, in the world we are facing today? Yeah, like, okay, I don't know if you got if my gallery is clean. No. Who got it? Please tell us.
You understood it. Now I'm curious. That should be a Manu fan. We are very sharp.
Now, according to what she said, is my gallery clean? We are looking at, is it having some nude stuff? Something that can discuss, maybe someone mature is watching, maybe looking through the pictures, someone who is still young, can they really feel shying away because they're seeing this and that?
So Olivia, what you're trying to say, someone asked you that question because they saw something?
No. You see, they tell us oftentimes that sometimes someone will ask for your phone, and then before you know it, they've posted something from your gallery. But if my gallery is clean, I am okay. Now, with the rise of AI, how dangerous is this kind of mentality?
All right, I'll just be, I know some of you might think Elon is my friend, but no, I just happen to like Grok. So how many of you used Grok Imagine? Yeah? You've used it, eh? Do you know I can make her gallery unclean? Yeah? I just tell Grok to create a video of Olivia stripped. Please don't do that. You see that? So with AI, you can literally do almost anything. And this is just the free version. What about the premium? Oh, long story short, don't just give your device out, even if your gallery is clean, because you could get impersonated, someone could send messages on your behalf, somebody could literally do stuff on your, even just planting malware. There is a certain country that was spying on another country, and these countries are neighbors. So there is a very intelligent tool that was used, very high level, such that in order for this malware to be installed on your phone, all you needed was a missed call. So you'd get a missed call, like someone beeps your phone. In under 5 seconds, a malicious tool or spyware is installed on your device, and that missed call deleted. Now that's a very sophisticated level of attack. But again, 85% of a cyber attack is orchestrated by social engineering or someone gathering information and making their way around their attack subject. About 15 to 20% is the technical engineering of malware, like the Kyles do. Yeah? So, giving your phone out is already giving that person 90% possibility. They might have designed all the attack vectors and everything, but they just don't have a way to launch it or to add it to your device. So, circling back, yes, with AI, lots of stuff can be achieved, but also a lot can be done using AI to create a persona around you. And all it needed was some raw data from your device. So please, zero trust is the way to go.
Already giving me your phone is a mistake. So how much damage can AI do with your image? Well, we saw an interesting event happen in Germany back in 2023, where somebody managed to get various photos of their prime minister's fingerprints, right? Ran it into as many AIs or as many behavior analysis algorithms as possible, right? And generate an exact replica of the Prime Minister's fingerprint. Now, he got that fingerprint and turned it into a hash. So the way how first world countries or generally work is when you're going to nuke a country or launch a missile, you need what? Fingerprint authentication. So if somebody was able to replicate your fingerprint and say you're the prime minister of such a country with such massive weapons, can somebody do that damage? Can somebody do a lot more damage? Yes. So AI is a problem. And that process of using AI to replicate nudes, steal data, or enhance an image or recreate an image is what we call a deep fake. You can all go read about deep fakes. So let me pass it on to my friend here.
Thank you. So I think AI scares so many of us, including me, just because of its exponential improvement. I think just a couple of months back, we could identify AI by, if it was a dog, if you saw 3 legs, then you know it's actually AI. Or if you saw it moving and legs are crisscrossing, you know it's AI. That is changing. Like every single day something is changing that improves it a lot. And in the past, we used to identify phishing emails, you know, where someone sends you that fake email, click here, and they redirect you to something else. Or someone says, their grandmother is dying and there is $1 million for you to share with them. So those things, we used to identify them by wrong grammar. You know, we used to look and say, no, this one has typed the wrong. So now, these days, people who are scamming don't have wrong grammar. They just put AI, you know, and they're able to generate a perfect text. So it also relates now to the gallery and all these images. What this means is someone having enough of your images will be able to send another person a video or even your voice and tell them, maybe you send money to this guy. And you'll trust because it's Daniel, right? You'll say, okay, I know Daniel's voice, or I know Daniel's face, definitely I should do this. And not remembering that Daniel has never bothered to send you a video message on WhatsApp. But that is something that could be used. So despite all this, some of the measures we have to put in place as us is, I think the right word has gone, but double check, verify, you know. If something is very important to you, you can just get in touch with someone. Let's not lose that. Like, is this actually you who did this? You call the person directly, you know, or you warn your friend. If you see some images that don't make sense, you actually go and tell your friend and warn them. There are things, is this you? So this helps us because, you know, we'll need to live in this community kind of structure, like the way it was back then when there were no fences, where the whole village would be your mother and father. I think we need to also bring that to social media now, where we coordinate. You all know each other, talk to the other person and tell them, I've seen something. Is that you? And you can get in touch with the right people to take it down. You know, you see something, and you know, we do this, for example, to protect in terms of your transactions and things you do, where false information can pop up, where it's not MTN Uganda, but someone could have done MNT Uganda. Most people, when they see the logo, they don't bother reading if it's MNT and not MTN. You know, we actively go and try to take down such information that could mislead people. But even you, when you see that rogue information, all these social media sites have places where you can report, right? So you report and they take down those images. Several people report that this is a scam, and social media platform takes down those things. So I think for me, my message is we help each other, we communicate to each other, we report things that are not supposed to be to help our friends and our colleagues, because you have so many pictures out there, they could be used in whichever way possible. So let's all just, where we help each other, we inform the authorities, and then it will be a safer place. And obviously, don't give out your phone to him.
I don't have so much to say. The gentlemen here have really given it justice. I also echo on the Arsenal fan here that please don't share your phone. Right now, our phones have become, as much as you can't share your bra, don't share your phone, because it is as private as it is, because all your information is in there. I think that's all I can add on.
Thank you. I will also not say much. For me, mine is just going to, maybe some of the things can work through scaring. If we have chosen to embrace AI, then we have to understand how AI works. We just can't be like dogs or cows that are taken to the garden to eat without knowing where they are going. If we choose to embrace AI, then we need to know how AI works. There we shall be able to have some level of control. Because AI's major niche is the telemetry. By telemetry, I'm meaning it collects the information. It's bad enough to just know that David is 20 years old, David likes matoke, David likes this. That's just not bad enough. But AI, even now, the moment you give it information that David likes meat, but he also regularly quarrels or fights with his brother, the moment AI collects all that information, then developing a video of you beating your mother is not out of the question for it, because you have already given them the impression you can beat. So we need to, our colleague who was asked about her gallery being clean, maybe we need to develop, again through this awareness, how we are storing our data. Crucial data should not be exposed, because now this many times is the internet. Every time this is the internet. Because the moment you go online, you are now saying that even every information which is here is free to go online if you do not encrypt it, if you don't secure it. And finally, me, I'm thinking the parliament that makes laws. I remember there is a certain cyber law they drafted recently. What I do not know is when they were drafting that law, was AI in operation? Because drafting a law of 2010, when AI is now controlling everything else, you want to put someone in the courts of law, but you do not have the gadgets to implicate them. So even our colleagues, our partners, the Minister of ICT, they need to move faster. Either we just develop decrees or something to legislate on how people use others' data for courtesy of AI. Thank you.
So, like he mentioned, we must use AI, but we must need to know how to use it. There are tools we use to determine fake from authentic, especially in the cybersecurity area, like liquid intelligent technologies, or even in schools, most schools. Most of you, I don't know if you're still in university, you're going to do your dissertations, or maybe you're going to do your research tools. There are those things that pick out plagiarism, the ones which pick out fake from correct stuff. Is you get that content and run it through that application, and it will tell you this is fake, this is original. Because every single item on your phone here has a unique identifier, like a name, a unique identifier. So this tool will give you the originality of that item, and that originality, if it's not matching with where you expect it to be, it will tell you it is a fake or it has been altered. It will even tell you the number of times and where and how it was altered. So there are tools which can measure content that has been fictitious developed. So right now, the more technology is becoming risky, the more technology is also becoming secure.
Yeah, just one thing. As we install a lot of apps on our phones, and it's something that we need to be very careful about. Now, you have so many apps that you install, and whenever you're installing that app, it actually tells you the permissions it needs on your phone. You've noticed that, right? So there is an app I was installing that I'm not going to say details because it might bring problems, but there's an app I was installing it's just some Chinese tool that I wanted to use to connect to something. And all I needed was to connect to this device and be able to manage it remotely. On installing this app, it was asking for my gallery, my phone contacts, do you take time to see those things? Because this was just connecting, and you install these apps, it's just connecting to a device. Why does it need to access your gallery? Now for you say yes, meaning it has full permissions on your gallery. So we need to be very careful when installing an app. You're installing it, you need to know what it's going to do, and then you say, no, you don't need this. So you can remove some of that. No, you don't need access to my contacts. You know, for some apps, you need access to contacts. Why? Because you're going to use it to send emails or money or whatever. But there are apps that don't need access to your contacts. And in some cases, first disable that access. Tell it, no, I don't need you to have access to my gallery. I don't need to have access. You're not going to take photos. You know, if you use it and it fails and it actually requires it, then maybe you can go ahead and approve that. But let's be very vigilant when we are installing applications.
Wow, thank you very much for these beautiful insights. So we are wrapping up this session with a question and answer session. We shall have a few questions from the audience, about 5, and then we wrap up this session. I'm taking the first 5 here.
I hope you guys were asking questions relating to the topics today.
Thank you so much. I'm Emmanuel, working with Nyakaiju Sako. I think this is timely and very important. And I was actually thinking about the way we live in this social media era, whereby people are already taken up. They are in that state of being addicted to the devices and the systems. But I want us to understand that managing this matter, we are at a level whereby it is more of a behavior. Like when someone is addicted to alcohol or maybe a drug, you can't wake up and say tomorrow, no more smoking, because it is very hard. So I think at times we are also at a step of being in a pre-contemplation. You're addicted, you're not even aware that there is a problem, meaning that now we need to start attaching this to mental health related issues which have to be managed. But again, my point of view is that it is very good, but I feel part of my expectations are not yet met in this line that I don't know if we have anyone representing the regulator, the ICT, the ministry. We would want to understand what are the real policies regulating this kind of error at this moment, because we are being exposed to a number of risks. Today you're here, tomorrow you find maybe someone is putting rough content outside. I will relate it. I want to give an example. Recently, I was on X, and someone went and attached the photo of the deputy speaker and was like, Grok, please dress him with a noob t-shirt. And immediately, the man appeared in a red shirt, meaning that you attacking my personality, associating me with something else that I'm not affiliated to. Maybe the issue of policy and regulation has to really be understood better and beyond. The last one, people who are already exposed to such kind of risks. You're here, we've seen people who have been exposed, their nudes are outside saturating. How do we think about harmonizing with such kind of people in a way that they do not lose out themselves? Because we are in an era where young people, the Gen Zs, are taken up, the older generations are also moving on, following their trends. I think we need to look into that kind of thoughts that will regulate content development and reputation protection. Thank you.
Can I just, 1 second, Joaz? please, I hope we can get the questions. I like the suggestions, but just to answer you immediately, unfortunately the regulator is not here and we cannot speak for them, but you're welcome to have a chat and we can tell you some of the things that we know that they are putting in place. However, look out for the East Cone Cybersecurity Symposium. If you can come to Kampala on the 27th and 28th, you're from Nyakayojo, right? I'll personally send that invitation later. Come there, the PS will be there, and dignitaries from the ICT ministry. We cannot speak for them, but I know that there is things that they're working on, including UCC. Now, please, if you're asking questions, be brief so that we don't forget your question. Be very brief and ask the question. Do not explain what we've said. Please. Thank you, Joaz.
Nyakayojo, you just got yourself an invitation. Okay. In my last session question, I didn't get any lady ask, so I will take ladies first. If you are a lady, you have a question. Also, if you have a question that is as good as his, please. Ladies, no one with a question. First, ladies. You know, we have to have the thing of inclusivity. Oh, thank you.
Good evening, sorry, good afternoon, everyone. My question is about that security thing. Okay, these apps where you find they're asking for your information, some of which is not, relevant, and yeah, you've agreed to do everything, but later you realize the app is shit and you want to uninstall it. So when you uninstall it, does it remove, does it negate all the consent stuff that you signed up with?
You want us to see her? We have seen you, and we got your question. So, very quickly.
Let's have like 3 or 4, then
Okay.
you answer them at a go.
My question goes to, is it safe for, sorry, introducing myself, my name is Aine Mark. I work with Bishop Stewart University. I have two questions. One goes to, is it safe for me to use an app that only uses two-factor authentication? Like, let me give an example, Circles. There is this app, they call it M-Circle, and I think it only uses one-factor authentication. Is it safe for me to use it, or I have to go for an app if I'm doing money transaction that uses three-factor authentication? My next question is, I don't know if I can get an explanation more of how Zoom bombing works. Because there's a time when you're having an online class or teaching online, and all of a sudden you see nude pictures running around. That's Zoom bombing. Or you're having an online meeting and pornography comes up. Zoom bombing. So I don't know how that works. I wanted to know how that comes in. Thank you very much.
When they talk of nudes, everyone gets happy. You people. Okay, if you have already asked a question before, I will prioritize other people so that I've seen someone new. I'm sorry, if we have a connecting session where everyone will ask.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. The name is Graham, and I work with Millennium Circle. I want to first put a disclaimer that the M-Circle app actually has two-factor authentication. You put your PIN, and it sends you a one-time password. The one-time password is the second authenticator. I just wanted to put that clear so that people do not use our app because you've claimed that it's not as safe as it should be. Yeah, I've come on the defense side before it goes to the panel. Yeah, thank you.
Good afternoon. Boniface K is my name. Now, I think my question cuts across the morning session and then this afternoon session. Mr. Isaac, my question cuts across from the morning session and the afternoon. There is where you mentioned about node-to-node with your liquid network, node-to-node protection, right? So now I'm imagining this situation where most people actually, most Ugandans are using patched softwares. So imagine I'm using an operating system patched. Most of the applications on my computer patched, and then I'm using your network, creating content for social media, creating content for people. So does that mean if I'm working with an organization, say maybe a circle, I'm their IT, sometimes money comes in and then I want to use those patched softwares. Does that leave the company safe with your network or?
That's a good one. Last one. Do we all agree this is the last one, eh?
Thank you very much. Once again, Mukisa Simon is my name from Mountains of the Moon University. My question goes, how can we balance security with user friendliness? Because the more we complicate security features, is the more systems become complicated for users. And so, how can we balance security? For example, when we are using multi-factor authentication, you see that the user is not always, actually the user may not finish all of the requirements. So how can we balance usability and security? Thank you.
The guy promised me it's a good one, and indeed it is. So one lady said no, it's the one I'm giving. Which lady? When I said it's the last one, someone said no. I'm looking for her. Anyway, the panelists have those answered. Maybe if you want mine also, I have very many. You are not willing. Because the last time I asked, Mr. Collins just...
So, I'm going to answer just one. I think we'll just spread these questions across us. I'll talk about the issue around uninstalling apps. What was the second question around... did you get the second one? No, there's another one after that. But then there is the policies, yeah? Okay. Then there is this question around Zoom bombing. Guy, why do you want to know about Zoom bombing? Do you want to try it? And then there is using patched. I want to call this, I think you meant using cracked software, right? Not patched, because a patched software means you've updated it and they've created a chiraka on it, so it's now safe. But cracked software means you've pirated it. You've not bought the license. The red thing was up saying your Windows is expired, but you went to Joaz and they gave you a certain code, told you to save it on the desktop, you double click it and your Windows offices. I think that's cracking, which is not secure. And the other question was on how to balance. So I'm going to answer. Uninstalling, maybe Kyle will supplement. Uninstalling an app does not mean they have dealt away with your information. Because most times, some of these apps, you create accounts, right? Sometimes you'll create an account. While creating an account, you're accepting several consent questions. So you'll, for example, go and install Tinder. You create an account. You swipe, you fail to get what you're looking for. Then you uninstall the app because you're pissed, but you still have an account. So the only way you can get rid of all of that is uninstall, but also log into the site and delete your account. That is how you survive that. I'll skip through to the issue around user friendliness because I'm into security consulting. I want to assure you that security can be inconveniencing. Oh, someone seems very hungry. Are you? You are? Do you have your coupon? Anyway, security can be very inconveniencing, but it is worth it. We've heard about a situation where you have a perimeter wall, a door, it is inconveniencing, but it is worth it. So if your intention about your security, just brave it, because that one element that you slack from will cost you. Also on the users, on the service provider side, on the developer's end, do not compromise security because you're trying to create a user-friendly environment. I know we need our customers, but there's only so much we should do to make our users comfortable, but we should not make compromises on security. You guys know very well, if you want to replace your MTN SIM card, you will travel from wherever you are in person to Lugogo if you have to do any complicated thing. There's some things you can't even do in the branches. You get it, eh? So it's inconveniencing, but it's worth it.
As Jerome said, deleting the application does not necessarily mean that your data is what? Deleted. As he said, it's tied to your account, and your account has a database. Somewhere under that database, it's stored in a certain what? Data set. And sometimes even deleting, sometimes even just deleting your account isn't enough. They'll just keep it. It will just be sort of there on standby. So sometimes, in case the amount of information you've given them is real critical, write them an email. They are required by law, in case it's in Europe, to actually tell you what they've been doing with that data. It's actually required. Yeah, the GDPR and Data Privacy Act. Yes.
Just to chip in, what he's talking about is the Data Protection and Privacy Act of Uganda of 2022, the revised one. You have a right to be forgotten. If you wrote to Daniel and MTN and asked them, guys, delete my data, they only have 14 days. On the 15th day, if they've not done it, you can take them to court. But sorry, the money is not yours. 4% of the annual gross revenue goes to consolidated fund. It's our friends in Kenya who are reaping big. You file a suit against a certain company. Some companies that have suffered are these guys who issue out loans. They've suffered because people are claiming a lot of money. So you have a right to be forgotten, and that's what Kyle is explaining. Write them an email, tell them, I want to know what my data is being used for, or I want to be forgotten, delete all my data. No response means you can progress to court.
Okay, so I think, there was something about, let me just talk about the usability versus security. And I think the security fraternity, if I can call it that, they've tried to make it as usable as possible. For example, earlier we talked about you used to just have, something, your username and password, and then there used to be something you have, maybe an OTP. Where usability came in is actually the fingerprint, for example, so that you don't have to type the PIN manually. That is usability. So it's always a balance that is hard to maintain. But if you are holding financial services and someone's money gets stolen, to tell them nonsense of I was trying to make the application usable. You get the point. And people are more encouraged by how secure the platform is because you're keeping your money there. So that balance has to coordinate between that, where you're sure what you're providing is not going to damage the organization and it's not going to lose the organization's data. I think that's it that I'll talk about. Maybe over to you.
Thank you very much. I think I'll go straight to the question the gentleman asked about cracked tools, given the fact that we're all getting into the eating mode. Jerome. So you talked about cracked tools. One, first of all, it is a wrong thing to do to use cracked tools. That's already wrong. That was already a security breach. Secondly, please minimize usage of off-the-shelf tools. Use paid tools, especially if you're using them for commercial or community purposes. An entire banking tool on a cracked, an entire banking system of a circle on a cracked solution. Or you're using a cracked, a circle, a school, or any kind, you're putting it on a cracked software, on a cracked Microsoft because you want to avoid the cost. please don't do that, because that's a risk already. If I were in that circle, I would exit, because that's really exposing a lot of information on a crack. I can create a crack that has nodes that I can connect to my personal software. For every transaction you make, I'll be deducting some money because you're using cracked tools. So there are so many paid for applications that are authenticated, because when you pay for an application, part of the payment goes to security levels. So we'll give you, this is basic, it's open and free, but if you go for the premium that is paid for, these are the extra features. So they add on the other features for security. Now back to the network connectivity, is we don't block any single site without your permission. We simply notify you the site you are accessing is insecure. Do you want to proceed? The moment you click proceed, the liability turns to you. If anything happens to your application, solution, you're cracked, we are legally secured that this person said, I want to proceed and use this site. So like I told you, we have node-to-node security levels from our data center to the high site to the AP. Whichever means you're going to access the internet. The moment we send you a notification and tell you, this site is insecure, do you want to proceed? The moment you click proceed, you've given us permission to take you through. If it's a phishing email, if it's a phishing anything, provided we've notified you that it's not safe, the decision is yours and the liability falls back onto you. But you can also approach us and say, this is my sensitive tools, separate my network. If anybody clicks on any of the following sites on this particular network, block them. Then they won't go through. We will flag them, this site is not authorized, please contact your administrator. That's how we do the security level.
It will be unfair for me to regurgitate what my colleagues have said, but I just want to make an emphasis. On the few occasions, if any of us is going to meet the president, I want you to figure out what security checks you go through. I want you to confirm to me whether you are allowed to go with your mobile phone. The answer is no. So, just like you want to see the president, you also want the data in your phone. You want the information, you want the service you're trying to access. Just be disciplined enough and go through the security checks. By the way, IT security does not deviate from physical security. He will tell you the script is the same. The subject, now we are saying the president, the subject is the data. How do you access that data? You have to go through security zones successfully. If you want to jump, then you're going to be. Now, the question that you ask is balancing security with user friendliness. The thing is about the discipline that we've talked about. The users must be disciplined. But this goes to the IT personnel here, the IT managers in your organizations. There has been this saying that we IT people are proud. We feel like because we hold passwords, we are therefore kings of our own. Let us take the responsibility to educate our users. Because when you don't educate your users, you know what is going to happen? Every time they are going to be what? Calling. Nicholas, password yanga. Then now you move with the taxi or you call him back to give him the what? The password. No, educate your users. Tell them, now that with AI, tell them the do's and don'ts of using these systems. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, just one. Someone talked about Zoom bombing.
That's one.
Yeah, so I think every organization or individual, if you want to invite, just like a physical meeting, I like that he's referencing physical because it's something we are so used to. You won't let someone into the door unless you actually know who they are. Most of these systems are set up such that you can invite people. You get it? And then, you know, in some organizations, there are policies where you have to turn on your camera. There is someone literally checking that these are the people who are supposed to be here. No one joins with the name guest, and then they have no camera. And then after you complain, you know, so, or someone is recording the meeting you're not supposed to. So even on Google Meet, on it's like when you take photos and you put them like on Google Drive, and then you share everyone who sees the link. No. you need to be specific and say these are the people I've invited. If you've paid for these platforms, you can restrict and say this is only for the internal organization. Or this one is public. Or this one is for these specific people. So that's how you prevent that. But if you create that meeting, then you post the link, I don't know, on your WhatsApp status. And then you say Zoom bombing, then I don't know what you expected. So it's just about restricting who comes in, verifying who is connected at any one time. That's it.
Thank you very much. I think that was the only bit that wasn't captured. Now,
maybe just to answer the how. They've answered how to stop it, but how does it happen? Happens because the link is public, it's easy to access, that's one. Secondly, you have people entering the Zoom call who are not verified. So that's one of the checks, verify. Some of you, they ask you, Zoom asks you, should we require authentication? And then you skip it because you just want people to enter the what? The Zoom meeting. Require authentication and be sure. Some of you create meetings, but you don't have someone who is standby to verify the people entering. So how does it happen? The link is accessible, someone joins the call, and they have their content standby. You should put controls like only ask someone, only let maybe the admin unmute or activate someone's video. There's some conferences you go for and you can never even see the list of participants. Those are controls that Daniel has said if it's paid for, you can have. But that's how it happens. Someone gains malicious access. If that person is malicious, of course they'll post and unite everyone on the call, and the rest will be history.
You with the uniting. Anyway. We are sure you're not talking about Man United. But anyway, guys, when we talk of cybersecurity, it is way broader than just having this gentleman and lady talk about it. When you talk of being safe on social media, it's way broader than just that you've gotten as a person. Of recent, I told my colleagues at work that going forward, when I reach, I will ask myself, every day when I reach at work, I ask myself what I did yesterday, what am I going to do, and if I have any difficulties in achieving those. If you ask yourself that, you're a student, what did I read yesterday? What am I reading today? Do I have any barriers? Trust me, if you find you have no answers to all questions, you know you're astray, right? It means the social media is taking you away. If you are a person or an employee and you can't answer that question, just go back and give them that salary, because literally you have not worked, right? Those three questions, what did I do yesterday? What am I doing today? And do I have any barriers? Then on social media, of recent, I found myself getting addicted to Snapchat. I just deleted it. You can imagine Snapchat, you be there, you post like a video, and someone is like, next time take me out. Do I know you? Like, these are the things, they are taking our time. Like people were talking about, social media. You watch one video of maybe a comedian that you like, then the next video is this. No, we need to verify. Do you have this tag? If you have this tag and you don't have a coupon, come to me directly. And if you also don't have a coupon and you don't have a tag, come to me directly. Our next session is going to be talking about after lunch, immediately after lunch, we are going to be talking about careers in cybersecurity. And I hope that's where our students are much more interested. Also, our business people. Also, our business people, we may have a breakout session to ensure that your expectations are met. Of recent, someone asked me about cybersecurity, like, do you have a firewall, what? I told them, I have all that. But then they told me that if you have a fence and you have a dog inside, when it barks, everyone will know that, oh, there's a dog there. But there are types of dogs there. Like, is it a German Shepherd or it is Kakwisi? So, in this, if you relate it to cybersecurity, is if you have a firewall, if you have anything that is meant to stop unwanted access, does it actually work? Is it a German Shepherd, or if someone comes, it will just come in? Guys, let's go for lunch. As we did in the first session, for people that are for the business community, let's go first. Students, we shall also go later. You can follow Philip for those that are in the business community. Please carry your coupon. Philip is the guy in a fluoro shirt there. Is that fluoro? Kabarinda wakamenenza kuhamya mishonga zori iwo manya nebishemeza ebintendi wobyehara iwo manya nebishemeza nebinyakore iri
You rushing my body, why you rushing my body? Every single time, baby, I better Papa Chi. You rushing my body, why you rushing my body? Every single time, baby, I better Papa Chi. Da da da, azawi da da da, Swanga venue, da da da, vete tu kola, wa wa wa.
Met the girl of my dreams at the lowest point of my life. I was scared to give her my heart, that thought I didn't deserve her love. But she said, baby, what you waiting for? You'll never be free till you learn to let go. I don't know what you're searching for, but running away is not moving on. So now I know there's never a right place and never a right time. You feel it right now. Testing my patience by making me wait until the flames die down. Life is a journey, are you ready for the ride? Oh, would they begin that? I really gotta let you know. Scared to drown, baby, but I'm ready to dive in. Just give me a sign, yes, I need all your love. Your love, scared to drown, baby, but I'm ready to dive in. Just give me a sign, yes, I need all your love. Your love. What about the time that I've wasted? Making memories I've forgotten. All of the hearts that I've broken. Making love I regret in the morning. What am I waiting for? I'll never be free till I learn to let go. I don't know what I'm searching for, but running away is not moving. Just give me a sign, yes, I need all your love. Your love, scared to drown, baby, but I'm ready to dive in. Just give me a sign, yes, I need all your love. Your
tukole kyejo nze naawe kitutte jano malompa ku budde kulekanga mukwano matidde bububububu suna suna akanyama anakalya yana seka wenkulaba nenguluba ebyo mukwano ze bunjoja yeye just kumpa laavu bebi nakutte mu laavu okimanyi laavu teba zinabitebya yeye kiriza njikuweeri laavu tekawa tomenya omutima ate laavu tekawa kiriza njikuweeri laavu tekawa nekazisa biganye laavu tekawa mikono mpanisi kwata kola byoyagala tabala zenakuwadde laavu kwata ebinyweza yeah. Murder, murder. Your love is murder. Damuna, damuna. Bondeka onkaba. Suna, suna. Aka, yama, ana, kalya, yana, seka, kulaba, enguluba. Ebyo mukwano ze bunyoja. Just kumpa laavu. Baby nakutte mu laavu. Okimanyi laavu tera zinabitebya yeye kiriza njikuweeri laavu tekawa kasisa biganye tabutekawa tabutekawa
Zengamba twegweko ku Sunday, oba twegweko ku Tuesday tugende, baby tugende. Oveva mwe tolina gugambye, bane waffe sirina gwe ngambye, tudduke tugende, baby tugende. Manya abayaye bakutomera, naye ate si kiwandi bakusobola, baleke tugende. Give me permission, with no condition. Banja bandimba, the Vampana program. Give me permission, with no condition. Banja bandimba, ole ole ole. Till eternity, obere mukazane. Jangu tugende, baby tugende. Manyaba yaye bakutomera, naye ate si kiwandi bakusobola. Baleke tugende. Babuwe, give me permission, with no condition. Banja bandimba, the Vampana program. Give me permission, with no condition. Banja bandimba, the Vampana program. Gira 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 teroje, gira 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 tegende, gira 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 teroke, gira 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 teroje, gira 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 teroke, gira 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 teroke. Give me permission, with no condition. Banja bandimba, the Vampana program. Give me permission, with no condition. Banja bandimba, the Vampana program.
amasoga kubagana nalinkulaba nemukiloto ngotemagana nalinkulaba okuleka wabo nempata gwe nalinkibala olikafananya kalungi akanyuma okulaba
leero mukwano nkulanga njagala bakimanye yonna uganda nkigamba omukwano gwo gwansonye I'm keeping your love on yange omutima n'omwoyo wambonase kubanga love woma nawe nange nawe yali good idea nice idea
bawasala wokulonda nze
good idea nice idea
abawasala wokubowa nze
yali good idea nice idea
bawasala wokulonda nze
good idea nice idea
abawasala wokubowa nze
I can lose. Have mercy on me, cause my head you confused. Yeah. A good lady for a fine man. What a good body, what a fine heart. When go hit down, mommy call me sweetheart. Cause I'm a good man, not a bad man. Any good idea, nice idea.
But what's all I want to long dance?
Good
Omukwano gwo gunkozesa ebintu. Talking is a deje kwogeza ebintu. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Omukwano gwo gunkozesa ebintu. Talking is a deje twogeza ebintu. Sure. Omukwano gwo gunkozesa ebintu. Leero bwe gunjavuze ntya gunjozesa ebintu. Bwankusa ne kunfuda okuva eggangu paka ekyajjate nga ntambula mangu. Nga njagala kintu kimu kusange. Oh, have you eaten anything, my baby? Oh, since the morning is a tikariire. Oh, guess I'm gonna eat you, my baby. Sure. Banange nkukuta katalumu basange mu action. Amapenzi ge kuwa baby mu talking isiteji gakulokota nga makishan fast. Omukwano gwo gunkozesa ebintu. Talking isiteji kwogeza ebintu. Omukwano gwo gunkozesa ebintu. Talking isiteji twogeza ebintu. Talking isiteji yansuuzako lumu nga ntunula ekiro kyonna ninga kiwuggulu. Nga njogera ne baby feeling so damn good. Bino be what's your favorite color nga bitulimu. Namugamba njagala nyako kabulu. Kyokka nga siinayo yadde akagoya kabulu. Ne mugamba mwagala singa obulamu. Omuntu gwe nalina kalabe ennaku mbalemu. Banange nkukuta katalumu basange mu action. Amapenzi ge kuwa baby mu talking isiteji gakulokota nga makishan fast. Omukwano gwo gunkozesa ebintu. Talking isiteji kwogeza ebintu. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Omukwano gwo gunkozesa ebintu. Talking isiteji twogeza ebintu.
Sin ti, todo se detiene, se apaga la vida.
Omutima wagusibe kabadia nze kennakufunye enyumisa duniya ondidde nemala gogulusaniya ng'oli suti wali bivuliya agakatonda mukulupe bya mlaki eyeyogeza wafuna teke maybe nesuleero terumaki nze wangu bakuba kubi b'enseke agafere tegakukwatako lavu yaffe tegatuyambako mutima guluma kwatako abakwagala nsaba balindeko mukwano Badulek, 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 mposinga bagala mitima gyabike mukwano batuleke tubeyuke mukwano ddi abayogere tusirike ne bwe boogera mukwano lavu togizikiza olukundo bambifumba bobeza don't let go baby situmuwumuza let them shut up tebatuwoleza batwesonyiwe tebatwegoda tebavaako yadde ekida gye bakola bakiyita kuwadawada batwesibako because webada kibadigidabwe kibaduguda sanga menye teri kuzikiza abalina bad vibes tetubawulira maybe let them let us be Badulek, 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 omutima wagusibe kabadia nze kennakufunye enyumisa duniya ondidde nemala gogulusaniya ng'oli suti wali bivuliya agakatonda mukulupe bya mlaki eyeyogeza wafuna teke maybe nesuleero terumaki nze wangu bakuba kubi b'enseke newe boogera mukwano lavu togizikiza olukundo bambifumba bobeza don't let go baby situmuwumuza let them shut up mukwano gumpe fe fe fe
Misua jona jeles Mutwegu no manelese Oh wana no ajowe kwese Gwegwe vayo jekwe kwese No 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 Nteka kuchupai Teka ku sweet medication Niambie shida gani Mutima hila msawa Ondazo mukwano muji Wakukuko kusinga bandi Nsomose emigaminji Nganonya masine first aid Hakuna dawa Baby you're the only one dawa Hakuna dawa Otali yo moyo gunuma Hakuna dawa Baby you're the only one dawa Hakuna dawa Otali yo moyo gunuma Kati bocho Chikole bocho Tabula dagala mupiso bocho Tunola mo fometa mo madokta Kamata fomite daga Impiso jikwata bulungi doctor Shake before using it Shake before using it dagala Yenya Ondazo mukwano muji Wakukuko kusinga banji Nsomose emigaminji Nganonya masine first aid Hakuna dawa Baby you're the only one dawa Hakuna dawa Otali yo moyo gunuma Hakuna dawa Baby you're the only one dawa Hakuna dawa Otali yo moyo gunuma Oli mukugu Sera likilila what you go do Amafaranga go give it to you Tambuze ono mugu Up and down over Love yo mukugu over Hate to do Your love go love me down Unazo mkwano muji Wakukuko kusinga baji Nsomose emigaminji Nganonya masine first aid Hakuna dawa Baby you're the only one dawa Hakuna dawa Otali yo moyo gunuma Hakuna dawa Baby you're the only one dawa Hakuna dawa Otali yo moyo gunuma Bocho, chikole bocho Tabula dagala mupiso bocho Tunola mo fometa mo madokta Kamata fomite daga
Are you ready? Are you? Braka, yeah. Let a girl called Mata. Them one Mombasa. Hot cold bad body hot like the summer. She got me for the party, I was down for the matter. Ayakala muya, you still have her. When she had the melodies, she came and put it on me. Then she told me, baby, please, just please me. Don't you ever leave me. Give it to you good every night and day. I'm thin, baby, you know I don't play. Do it on, just in the day. Tell me what you want, baby, it's okay. Give it to you good every night and day. I'm thin, baby, you know I don't play. Do it on, just in the day. Tell me what you want, baby, it's okay.
Nadai nikudigi, usikie fiti, nadai kukupin maze usikie divi, nadai nikuchiu nikubloka, big G nadai to relax tukidishi, minji nadai
Galio, you're my last, you're my December. I'm the message, the messenger. Mama sent me a bunch of love, but I wonder about Sembia. It's all about how you move your body. Beauty ne wato ye gonda. Sina nguvu na ye sonda. Njagala kwesi benga bandana. Ya mokoto, 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 mokoto. Ya mokoto, mokoto. Kuba bije kube mumatu, kuba ya mokoto, mokoto. Zina mu kuba mu mokoto. Ya mokoto, mokoto. Kuba bije kube. I can be your co-driver tonight. You can take me anywhere that you wanna tonight. I can be your co-driver tonight. You can take me anywhere that you wanna tonight. I can be your co-driver tonight. You can take me anywhere that you wanna tonight. I can be your co-driver tonight. You can take me anywhere that you wanna tonight. Let's take a trip down the memory lane. When we was just friends, I need you like I need oxygen. Don't many still try confuse you. Bakugamba we city good enough. Bakutira mudu. Make we burn up a spliff and lose enough. Yeah. Ya mokoto, 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 mokoto. Ya mokoto, mokoto. Kuba bite kube mumatu. Kuba ya mokoto, mokoto. Zina mu kuba mu mokoto. Ya mokoto, mokoto. Kuba bite kube. I can be your co-driver tonight. You can take me anywhere that you wanna tonight. I can be your co-driver tonight. You can take me anywhere that you wanna tonight. I can be your co-driver tonight. You can take me anywhere that you wanna tonight. I can be your co-driver tonight. You can take me anywhere that you wanna tonight.
You ask one. You see them girl a beauty them?
Tangu twekese kuba nina chenzu dola bikumbula nange nerese kuba nina chenzu dola
Aroma.
amaso gakuli ku aroma kuva Kampala she aroma aroma
Oba munambalala oba munamasaka kyoba omanya mwana mbugu myakasaka ze nalisigwa mu love kwebunya bitaka nayo nakuba saluti muchaka muchaka. Yeah, think about you always. Fuyirira kagalo counting days. Ompe bijanjalo nkuwe maze. Tukolaga now never change my ways. Yeah, demu wachibanda tala banaku okujjako nga tunudde ku kalenda. Demu wachibanda tabu wasavu kuba kimanyi buli kibanda spenda.
your body hoti hoti mumsana oba soft tojja kuwona. Should I dress bad wenga Rihanna or should I dress indie Malubala? Ombulamu 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 ombulamu
Kati tukoze tutya.
ombulamu 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 ombulamu
Tukoze tutya.
ombulamu byombulamu nange byembulamu
Kati tukoze tutya.
kwagalamu kombulamu tesa kusikimu
Tukoze tutya. Chichoba dogamba. Chichoba dogamba.
eyes looking at me bumper
Chichoba dogamba. Chichoba dogamba.
byagaliza kikompa kichoba dogamba kichoba dogamba eyes looking at me bumper kichoba dogamba kichoba dogamba byagaliza kikompa kaba mama nze oluko lunakussa amasanyu abanze kali ngowanze naye nziyitamu nga miso miseyo
Kati gyonfate. Badi tusabule empate. Tuchakale nga balala beebase. Mu nsi yapate wano ye embase.
your body hoti hoti mumsana oba soft tojja kuwona. Should I dress bad wenga Rihanna or should I dress indie Malubala?
Simu bubindi muntu ayagala matiri bonna. Nyumirwa life erimu byenjagala byonna. Emiwogo egifumbirwa mulungi kirikona. Mutwala ali kujja ennyanja oba tekiri kyonna. Oba oyagala tono oba nyingi kwata. Amazzi gaiwe Kwata.
The freshest nigga around town. Aroma. Yo, King Kong. Okay, love you so, love you so, love you so.
I had to make my peace. The younger me just last night. He'd have made me see the stubborn ways in the past life. And everything he knows, reminiscing of the bad times. Still a ways to go. You just gotta make it through this last time like, oh, I don't want this pain no more. I don't walk through the fire alone. So, for the flames come and take a hold. Rain down on me, rain down below. No more tears on the floor. Gotta let it go, let it go. Let the quiet sing when I feel low. Rain down on me, rain down below. Like, no more tears on the floor. Gotta let it go, let it go. Let the quiet sing when I feel low. Rain down on me. How do I cope in the moment? Am I low? Never know how to show it. Everything I touch is heartache or heroic. It's two sides of the story, love. Just depends on how you told it. No more tears on the floor. I don't want this pain no more. I'm done walking through the fire alone. So for the flames come and take a hold. Rain down on me, rain down below. No more tears on the floor. Gotta let it go, let it go. Let the quiet sing when I feel low. Rain down on me, rain down below. Like, no more tears on the floor. Gotta let it go, let it go. Let the quiet sing when I feel low. Rain down on me, rain down below. Like, no more tears on the floor.
just wanna run, 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 run. I just wanna run, 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 run. I've got this feeling, these jealous walls are coming down. I break through the ceiling. Nothing can keep me here in this house. Can't shake them out my head. These dreams are running away. I wanna run into the sun. I know I'm not the only one. I just wanna run, 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 run. I'm gonna fly, gonna reach the sky, take
just wanna run, 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 run. I'll run into the fire, leave all my fears behind. A million reasons why I'm never turning back. I'll run into the sky. I know I'm not the only one. I just wanna run, 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 run.
Not too full to wanna leave you. All the rumors, yet they've been true. No one knows what I've been through. Doing fine on my own. Cousin said he likes to see through my dress. Touchy, touchy, yeah, that shit true. Too many scars in my head got me standing the dead. Sometimes I come out aggressive, cause I don't know what the message is. The kind of hate that I'm feeling, I'll be on my way the first thing in the morning. You find that I left a message, don't complicate it, I meant it. The kind of hate that I'm feeling, oh, I think I'm falling down, going right down to the ground. I've been surfing, circling around, but I've been running around, and I'm falling down. I'm going right down to the ground. I've been riding, surfing around, but I've been running around, and I'm falling down. And I'm falling down. And then he warned me about all this, that it's my fault what I'm feeling. Sometimes I don't understand how deep you got in my head. So when I think that you're about to go, you come and rerun this very show, and then you yelling and telling and begging me, lying and everything wrong. But while you think I'm falling